I just ended my 23-hour fast. I'm going to do that with ground beef, quail eggs. I have 10 here, 10 quail eggs, beef suet, and salmon. Okay, I'm going to take one of these quail eggs. I got these quail eggs at Seafood City. I'm going to have to add a whole bunch of these eggs to the beef. Seafood City here in Chicago. Okay, so these are very delicate. One squirted at me, so don't mind this egg yolk stain on me. Do not squirt on me. Okay, it's a little messy. Now I will eat it. Quail eggs, see how they taste. Rich and creamy. I find that ground beef is really comforting. I do plan to do my lipid panel and my fasting insulin at the end of 30 days to see what my levels are. You know, I just listened to a podcast earlier, really old, from Amy Berger on the Live and La Vida Low Carb show. She talks about the personal fat threshold. When I gained weight over COVID, I went from like 112 at the start, right before COVID hit, to 140 by August. I think I might have been a little bit heavier too in July. I just didn't weigh myself. And while that might not seem like a lot on my frame, I looked curvy, but my blood pressure was up, my A1C was up. And she talks about how some people can have a certain amount of fat they can carry subcutaneously, subcutaneous fat, and then and those are people that can't get as big, but they can suck a lot of fat away around their visceral organs. I had a lot of my coworkers say I looked better at 140, but metabolically I was unhealthy. She also talked about people who could be up to 300, 400, 500 pounds, because they have a higher fat threshold, but their lab values could be great because they're not sucking the fat around their organs. And I feel that was lower fat threshold as me. So people might say, oh, you're lucky. No, I'm not, because I was seeing the effects right away. Right away. So I had to go low carb. And I'm actually carnivore because of my sugar addiction. I wish I could be one of those people that could just have one, one cookie and be done. I am jealous of my boyfriend who can do that, even though he's keto with me. He did it to support me, and he looks, he already looked fantastic when I met him, but he even looks better now. I just can't say no to one. So for me, moderation is not an option. Even nuts are trigger food for me, so I'm going to not do any nuts. I have done nuts like, I think I did nuts during Thanksgiving, not Christmas, Thanksgiving. That was a mistake. Not that I overdid it on nuts, but I could feel my cravings return. So that is definitely a trigger food for me that I will not be consuming anymore. I'm going to put that in the same category as sugar. I also find that I can overconsume bacon. So I'm going to try to limit that for now. I do have an experiment coming up with bacon later, but the rest of my carnivore experience, I'm going to limit it. Because in a lot of the videos that I've shown you with my carnivore food, sometimes I've had a second helping of bacon. So, and one of the reasons why I'm doing raw carnivore is to, sorry, someone's calling me, is to try to control how much I eat. Because not only am I a sugar addict, I'm a volume eater, which I said in my last video. I'm pretty sure my volume eating was caused by overindulging in carbs. And then when I went to carnivore, it did improve, but I was still overeating. I didn't have the weight gain that I did with carbs, but I just don't like feeling suboptimal, tired, fatigued, blah. And just feeling my stomach just, too full. And I am doing raw to try to correct that. It's very hard to overeat raw. For me, it takes me a long time. So, it is helping me control that volume eating. I know this looks like a lot. It is a lot, but I can't eat this within 10 minutes like I would with even cooked carnivore and then still be hungry. It takes me about an hour to eat this, sometimes a little longer, and my signal to stop comes on. Okay, quail egg. It totally squirted out at me. That little yolk, like so cute. Get your quail eggs at your nearest Asian market. I love eating just raw suet. I got this at Carnivore in Oak Park. It's a butcher shop. If you are in Oak Park, you should go to Carnivore. So lots of organic and grass-fed meat. And the suet, it's beef suet. They just got a cow there last week, and I got this fresh suet from a cow that had just been killed. Really good.